There's a stretch of road in the countryside. Locals just call it Mile 13, and no signs. No streetlights. Just darkness, trees on both sides, and a rule that everyone who lives nearby knows. Never stop. For anyone. Most people follow that rule without question. But one night in the late 1990s, a truck driver named Ray didn't. And what happened to Ray is the reason that rule exists. Ray was a long-haul driver, 43 years old, divorced, 2 kids he barely saw. He drove the same route every Thursday night, loading up in the city, delivering to a depot 4 hours out. He'd driven that road 100 times. Mile 13 never bothered him. He didn't believe in ghost stories. That night, the rain started about an hour in. Heavy. The kind that turns your windshield into a wall of water no matter how fast the wipers go. And that's when he saw her. A woman, standing on the side of the road at Mile 13, white dress. No umbrella. No car nearby. Just standing there, getting soaked. Ray slowed down. His first instinct, as a father, as a human being, was to help. He rolled down the window. "Hey, you okay? You need a lift?" She turned to look at him. Her face was fine. Normal. Pretty even. Mid-30s maybe. But her eyes. Ray said later that her eyes looked tired. Not sleepy tired, old tired. Like someone who had been waiting for a very, very long time. She nodded. Got in. Ray pulled back onto the road. For the first few minutes, neither of them spoke. Ray tried to make small talk. "Where you headed? You live around here." She didn't answer right away. Then, quietly, she said, "I'm going home." "Where's home?" Ray asked. She gave him the name of a town. Aldenmere. Small place. Ray had passed through it a few times. 40 minutes up the road. He nodded. Said no problem. But something was off. The car felt cold. And Ray had the heat on full blast. He glanced in the rearview mirror to check on her. She was staring out the window. Still. Perfectly still. Not fidgeting. Not checking her phone. Not blinking as far as he could tell. "You been standing out there long?" He asked. "A while," she said. "How'd you end up out there?" "Car breakdown." Silence. Then, "I was in an accident." Ray frowned. He hadn't seen any wreckage on the road. "Tonight? Are you hurt?" "We should call someone." "It wasn't tonight," she said. Ray didn't know what to say to that. He focused on the road. A few minutes passed. Then she spoke again, unprompted. "You shouldn't have stopped," she said. Ray's hands tightened on the wheel. "Sorry?" "People know not to stop at Mile 13, she said. Her voice was flat. "Matter of fact, they know because of me." The rain outside got louder. Or maybe Ray just noticed it more. "What do you mean?" he asked carefully. She turned her head slowly and looked at him in the mirror. "I died on this road," she said. 1987. Right at Mile 13. Head-on collision. I was waiting for someone to take me home ever since. "You've been there since 1987? Ray said, trying to keep his voice steady. She nodded. "Most people don't stop. You're the first one in 6 years." Ray's eyes went back to the road. His brain was doing everything it could to find a rational explanation. She's messing with him. She's traumatized. She's confused. But the cold in the car, the stillness of her, the way she hadn't blinked once. He kept driving. They reached the outskirts of Aldenmere. "Which street?" Ray asked, his voice barely above a whisper now. She gave him an address. "Maple Grove. Number 4. He pulled up to a small house. Old. Well kept. Lights on inside. He turned. To look at her directly for the first time since she got in. The seat was empty. Ray sat there for a full minute. Not moving. Just staring at the empty back seat. The door hadn't opened. He hadn't stopped. She was just gone. With shaking hands, Ray got out of the car. He walked up to the door of number 4 and knocked. An elderly woman answered. Late 70s, maybe 80. She looked at Ray the way people look at strangers who show up at their door at midnight. Suspicious, confused. "I'm sorry to bother you," Ray said. "I know this sounds crazy, but I just gave a woman a lift. She gave me this address." White dress, brown hair, about 35. The old woman's face changed. She went pale. "Where did you pick her up?" She whispered. "Mile 13, Ray said. She said her name. "Don't," the woman said sharply. "Don't say her name." Her eyes filled with tears. "That's my daughter," she said. "She died on that road in 1987. 37 years ago." She gripped the doorframe. "You're not the first person to come to this door. But it's been so long." She looked past Ray at the empty car. "Did she seem at peace?" The old woman asked quietly. Ray thought about those tired eyes. "Old tired. I think," he said slowly. "She just wanted to come home." The old woman nodded and quietly closed the door. Ray never drove mile 13 again. He told that story to anyone who would listen, his kids, his coworkers, and a journalist who wrote it up in a local paper in 2001. Some people think he made it up. Some people think he was half asleep and imagined the whole thing. But the woman in white at mile 13, that story was already old before Ray came along. Locals have been telling it for decades. Before Ray, before the journalist. And here's the thing that nobody can explain: Ray never knew that woman's name. He never looked her up, never researched the story. But the journalist did. And when she checked the county records, there was a fatal accident at mile 13 in 1987. A young woman driving home to Aldenmere, to Maple Grove. So the next time you're driving a dark road late at night and you see someone on the side, maybe keep driving. Or maybe, just maybe, someone needs to get home. If this story gave you chills, hit that subscribe button. I drop new urban tales every week. Drop a comment. Would you have stopped? See you in the next one.